Hey guys, this is Monique and welcome to my channel, and today I'll be showing you a tutorial on how I accomplished this beautiful ash blonde bob. I did purchase this wig off of Amazon. It's by Jessica Hair Wigs. It's an 8-inch 613 bob. It did come with 4 combs on the inside as well as adjustable straps. It is big head friendly. So before I added the dye to darken the roots, I made sure the spray got to be all over the lace just to make sure that I didn't stain the lace with the dye, because nobody wants that. So for my root color, I used Wella Color Tango in 4NB, and to tone the hair, I did use Wella Color Charm in T27 and T28. I used a 20 volume developer when I was mixing all of these things together. So when I was applying the root color, I took my time. Like, y'all, I really went slow about it, because even though I sprayed the Got2b free spray all over my lace to protect it, I was still really nervous about staining the lace, because nobody wants to have a whole bunch of dark stains all over their lace. So I moved really slowly. So I made sure to put this part in the video in real time so you can see how I was moving and how careful I was and how light-handedly I applied the dye. When I was applying the dye, I made sure to every so often, turn my brush sideways, just to make sure I didn't have any harsh lines where the dark roots were ending and the blonde was starting. So once I finished applying the root color, I went ahead and started toning, and I didn't really have a rhyme or reason to how I toned. I just did it from the roots to the ends of the hair, making sure I fully saturated every strand. I wasn't as concerned about getting the toner onto the lace because toner is not depositing a color, so I wasn't really concerned about it staining or anything like that. Once I was done with the toning, I did go ahead and let it sit for about 30 minutes just to process, and then I rinsed it out using the Shimmer Lights shampoo and conditioner. When I shampooed the wig, I did let it sit in the Shimmer Lights shampoo for probably about 20 minutes or so. You don't want to let it sit for too long because you don't want it to overly tone the hair, and then it'll start looking like purplish or like a lavender color. So just let it sit for a little bit, and then I rinsed it out, conditioned it, and we were good to go. Once I was finished shampooing and conditioning the wig, I did let it air dry on my mannequin head, and as you can see, the color turned out great. Like, I was really pleased with how the color turned out because I was just experimenting with blending those two colors together, but it did work out in my favor. So once it air dried, I went ahead and flat ironed and bumped it a little bit. I did use a wax stick, the Keracare Wax Stick, to go ahead and tame my flyaways, and I followed up with my hot comb so that I could get it to lay nice and flat. To lay my wig, I used the ORS Olive Oil Fix It Super Hold Spray. And I gotta say, like, I really like it over the Got2b spray, mostly because I feel like with the way the nozzle is set up, it's a more controlled spray and application, so it's less mess and cleanup for me. One thing I forgot to get on camera is that before I went to lay the wig, I actually did tone my lace some, and all I did was mix some water. I filled the bottle up with water, a little bit of salt, and I used the honey brown Adore color, and I just sprayed that on my lace, let it dry, and then it helped it to blend more with my skin tone.
I'm the brightest in the room, no, I'm always shining. I ain't tryna die young, this is perfect timing. And she fucking up my words like them way I'm rhyming. And my flow too cold, watch me
So
change the
once I
climate.
finish blow drying, I just take a satin scarf and wrap it around my head and tie it down and let it dry a little bit more so that to make sure the spray is dried and it's set and it's holding. And I let it sit for probably about 10 minutes while I was running around behind my kids. And then once I was confident that it was dried and secure, I went ahead and cut the lace. I usually will cut different sections just so I'm not cutting straight across and don't accidentally like pull it up more than I mean to. So y'all, I'm no professional, so of course as I'm cutting my lace, I ended up lifting my ear tab by accident. And of course, as you're cutting, sometimes it's hard to get like right to where you sprayed and laid the lace down, so you're going to have a little lifting at the very front. So I go back through with the ORS Fix It gel just to lay that very perimeter down, the very edges, and get it to be really melted into the skin. Once I'm done applying the gel, I go ahead and tie my elastic band around my head and just let that lace melt. Once I was done curling and letting the lace set in, I did go ahead and take off that elastic band, which almost took my eye out, honestly. But look at this lace, y'all. Like, look how it blended and melted that is. So once I was done with all of that, just fixed her a little bit more and I was good to go. Overall, I was really satisfied with the wig. The lace was really thin, not bulky or anything, and it was a good tone even before I added the lace tint. So I was overall really, really happy with the wig. The hair, there was like no shedding, even with me dyeing the roots and toning it. It definitely was very cooperative. So overall, I'm giving 2 thumbs up for this wig. And don't forget to, share this video, like it, subscribe to my channel, turn on your notification bell. I will be bringing you more of this content, hair reviews, hair tutorials, makeup, mommy life, all of that stuff. Just thank you guys for supporting me, and I will be back to see you guys soon.